Hello, everyone. I hope that you guys enjoyed your Easter as well as I enjoyed my Easter. Took a break, didn't want to look at anything, but I've also been doing observation on grayscale, especially with BCH and LTCN. There's actually a two-part video that I would like to make for this specifically because the first part I'm just going to talk about why I think or what's going on with these prices not having any premiums at all. And I'll try to explain it in my second half because right here, I just want to give you some motivation about certain meme stocks and dead stock that has, gone up over 20 times its value or even 100 times its value and how it can relate to Ltcn and Bchg. So, first of all, I'm going to just talk about NAV prices. And this is not financial advice, but this is pure observation of the last month or so that I've been keeping an eye on these prices, right? So if you notice today on April 21st that BCHG closed at $2.94 and LTCN closed at $6.44, right? And if you're going to do the math, and I think that the BCHG ratio is still the same. It could be different. Please correct me if it's different. Because I believe the ratio was the price of BCH times by 0.0084. So what I did is I did a little math. And when BCHG closed at 294, I looked at BCH and it was at $46.10. So I took that and I multiplied it by 0.0084, right? So I multiply it by 0.0084 by the ratio. And I got the BCHG NAV at $2 and basically 91 cents if you want to round it off. So that was literally only 3 cents off of BCHG. So the premium is like 0.01 premium. It's not even, well, it's like 1% premium, right? Which is basically close to nothing. So it's at NAV price. So what the heck's going on? Are shorters trying to purposely keep it at NAV price because they don't want a premium to it? And why would they want to do that? Why would they not want to have premiums? They're trying to suppress it for a certain reason. Even when LTC and BCH goes up like 10%, these shorters are still going to keep it at NAV price. So that's why even though we saw a green day today, it's because over the weekend, LTC and BCH went up slightly from where they were at on Friday, right? And when I looked at LTC, today it ended at $78.35, and I did the NAV price. And the reason why I said 658 or 650 is because I've noticed that the ratio of the NAV, it was like 0.083 something, whereas before it was 0.084, and I don't know why the NAV kind of changed. But I just basically multiplied LTC by 0.084 and 0.083, and these are the two numbers that I've got, which is $6.58 or $6.50, right? And if you're going to look at the ending price today of LTCN, it was $6.44. So it was only 6 cents away from NAV prices, which is basically zero premium again. So people are playing this game. You really think that it's a coincidence that both BCHG and LTCN would be at NAV price? So it's being played. It's being manipulated. But the question is, why is it being manipulated? I have a theory, and I hope that you have your own theory so we can share our theories in the comment section. And I'll explain my theory in a second video because I don't want this video to be too long to bore you guys. Or maybe I'm just doing it because I want more videos and more views, right? No, that's not the case. I just want to do a short video on this first and then another video on the second half of this. So I'm going to stop right there just for you to think, why are they trying to keep these stocks at NAV price? So I will release my theory after you tell me your theory of what you think and why it is that way. But I'm going to move on to something that hopefully it motivates you into still having hope and believing that these stocks can skyrocket, 50 times or 100 times more. Because I noticed when you look at dead stocks, they usually have like this run for about a week or maybe 10 days, and then it just tapers off. So when LTC and BCHG, when they run, it could be a minimum of a week. So because you guys were just thinking, when should I sell? When should I sell? When should I sell? I would just say wait it out for at least like 4 or 5 days just to see, or at least 3 days. Because when people pump, they're going to try and pump the whole week. For example, you look at these dead stocks, which is like Koss Corporation, KOSS. If you look at the 5-year history, it was hovering around $2. And then it went up to $64. Does that sound familiar? Well, remember BCHG? It happened very similarly, but BCHG was even at a lower price, right? And when you take a look at how many times did it go up by, it went over 30 times. So some of you guys are like, man, I just wish that, LTCN can be like just double or triple or times 5, and I'm going to sell out. So, I mean, that's cool and all, but I'm just saying, like, when people can pump meme stocks to 30 times its value, what do you think that they can do with LTCN and BCHG? And LTCN and BCHG is more popular, in my opinion, than KOSS. And even like the Express, right? The EXPR. I was looking at it, and because you have to type in EXPR meme stock, or else they're gonna think that it's like another stock that has a ticker named EXPR. So when you type in EXPR meme stock, in 2021, it was selling at about $1.79 before the massive run up happened, and it got all the way up to $142. Okay, that's almost 100 times, because $1.79 100 times 100 is $179, right? So this thing probably 70x, and then now it's back down to like 50 cents or whatever it is. So it literally went up 70 times for these dead meme stocks. And then when we look at AMC and GME, it's obvious. AMC and GME didn't run for like a week or two, but it actually ran a little bit longer, if my memory serves me correct. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure how long it ran for, but it ran for more than a week. And AMC and GME, they basically, like, I think 100x or however many it was. So that's why I'm telling you, like, people really underestimate FOMO. They truly do. Because when it happens, it can just shoot up like crazy. So BCHG can easily, I shouldn't say easily, but from a perspective of these other stocks, it can go up 30 to 50 times of where it's at. So if it's in like the $2-3 range and you multiply it by 30 or even by 20, then it's $60, right? And if LTCN is at about $6.50 now, and it can 20x, it'll be $120. Can you imagine if it was like 50x? It could be $300, roughly, right? I'm not saying that it will be, but I'm just saying according to these dead stocks and how people can pump it up from basically on the dollars to much more than that. So that's the first part of my video, and yeah, please, you can subscribe, but most importantly, leave a comment on why you think that these shorters or these investors are trying to keep BCHG and LTCN at NAV prices. and I'll explain to you my theory on my next video. So yeah, just let it sink in, and leave a comment and let me know. Once again, it's not financial advice, and I also want to say enjoy the continuation of your Easter, and let's all be happy. All right, and do not worry, have hope.